Let's go to the 31st. We're staying in the 13th chapter. 34th and 35th verses. (13:34). A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, and that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Now that's a bold and provocative statement. I think sometimes we gloss over it so simple. We don't really realize the weight of the responsibility he just placed on our shoulders when he spoke to his disciples and told them, by this men know that you're my disciples. Because the obvious implication is if you are not loving one another, the people who see it have a right to say, they ain't saved. You're known by love.
All right.
So if love isn't there, you can be known by that too.
That's right.
Known by the absence of it.
All right.
You understand? The test is going to be our love, and particularly our love within the household of faith.
Yes.
The test, not our doctrine. And I'm the one to tell you doctrine is seriously important.
Yes, it is.
Not our teaching. And I'm the one to tell you that teaching is all important. I know I haven't been showing up at Sunday school, but I'm going to get back there because teaching is important.
That's right. That's right.
Not our charity.
Right.
Not the good works we do.
No.
But those matter. I'm not saying they're not important. He said the chief thing, the thing by which people will really recognize you, they'll know you by the love you have one to another. So it doesn't matter how much you go out in the world and you preach the gospel, stand on street corners and tell people about Jesus. But if you can get along one to another in the house, if you can get along in the house, you are making another statement. And men have a right to say, I saw them on the corner, but I know they're fighting in the building. I don't think that's for real. Men have a right to say that.
Yes, we do.
Hello.
All right. We're going to keep on with this period of review a little bit.
All right.
We're going to move on. He's now proceeding into what they call the Olivet Discourse. 14th chapter, verses 23 and 24. 14 and 23 reads, Jesus answered and said unto him, if a man love me, he will keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. He that loveth me not keepeth not my sayings, and the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me. So, by pointing to God the Father as his authority, Jesus again ties a concept that we've seen in other places in Scripture, ties another concept to love, our obedience to his word.
All right.
If you love me, you're going to keep my word. Keep me, treasure it, honor it, not let it down, live it out. You're going to keep my word. All right, so his word is significant. Take a look at the 28th verse.
All right.
Ye have heard how I said unto you, I go away and come again unto you. If ye loved me, ye would rejoice because I said I go unto the Father, for my Father is greater than I. Another area of review. What kind of love do we have? Do we have love for people only when they do what we want them to do?
All right.
Only when they stay in the place that we want them to stay?
Yes.
Or can our love for them be expressed or show itself in our joy when they meet their potential, when they fulfill what they are supposed to fulfill?
Yes.
For example, that's a good example, right? I'll go quickly to an example so you get the principle. Can you love the one that has to move on and go to a new place? Your best bud,
Yeah.
your friend, your girlfriend, no, not boyfriend, your friend. When they have to leave you, this was it. My prayer partner.
All right.
And they got to go. God's called them to something else.
Something else. Yes.
Can you avoid feeling hurt, abandoned, but instead be glad for them that they're coming into the fullness of what God has for them?
Yes. All right.
That they discovered what their purpose is.
Yes. Yes.
My God. All right. I know. Application is hard. We'll save application for them. Okay, I understand. Hey, out of the discourse continues. Let's go to the 15th chapter.
All right.
That 15th chapter is rich all by itself, but I'm jumping right into the middle of it. The 9th verse. John 15 and 9. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. Now, the Father loved me, Jesus said. And that love I reflected now onto you. So he says it's the Father's love through him to us, or to the disciples.
All right.
Woo. Then he says he wants us to continue in his love. I think the picture is that the love that he has for us, we're supposed to put that through a prism and point that at other people.
Yeah.
And so we should be able to love anybody.
All right.
Because it's Jesus' love coming through us and being directed to somebody else, but anybody else.
All right.
This is his love in that sense.
Love. Yes.
Now he says, again, he repeats, this is a confirmation of the point he made before. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love. You're going to stay right there. Yeah. But obviously the reverse must be true too. If we struggle with his commandments,
all right,
the love fades. If we're fighting what he told us, if we struggle against what he's told us to do in his word, love dims, love cools, right? Get that, the reverse must be true. All right. I think you'll believe me one way. I think you'll believe me. Even as I have kept, I'm sorry. No, I did say that right. Even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. Can't keep say that. Jesus said, isn't that just too deep? It's so deep, I didn't really want to understand what I just read. He says, I have kept my Father's commandments and thereby abided in his love.
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible that Jesus could not have abided in the love of God? I don't know. That's too deep a thought. I can't even really. How would that be? I don't know. That really is deep. But the point he makes is, I've shown you the example of it. I have abided in his commandments. I've kept his word.
Yeah.
And I'm about to keep it at Golgotha. I'm about to keep the ultimate part of his word.
Yeah.
I've kept his word. And by that, I've stayed in his love.
Oh, yeah.
You must do the same. Keep my word. That's going to be the test of whether you stay, whether you still love me, I love you, Jesus. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And Jesus is calling us out.
My Lord.
You're lying. John later says in his epistle, you lie, the truth not in you. Well, all right. We have to keep his commandments.
Yes, yes.
He kept the Father's commandments. We have to do the same. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Greater love have no man. Woo.
No man.
Now he said, now we talk about the apex of love, the highest love. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. I like that, but I'm struck by that because, there are things I think we would lay down our life for. We would. Husbands, we would lay down our lives for our wives.
Yes, sir.
Wives, we would lay down our lives for our husbands. I believe that. Parents, we would lay down our lives for our children.
All right.
But he said, would you lay down your life for a friend? That's the greatest. He pulled it away from storge love, from familial love. Yes. No, I'm not talking about that family thing. I know you tight with your family. I know you do anything for cousin Boo Boo. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about your friends, not your relations. And some of us have a hurdle. The things we will do for unsaved family,
All right.
we won't do for the church. All you know is true. I don't care. You can stare at me if you want. You know it's true. Some of the things we do for unsaved family, we won't do for the saints.
All right.
And Jesus said the highest love is the love you have for the household of God.
Well,
would you lay down your life for your friends? Not just mom and them.
all right.
All right.
All right.
I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. Ye are my friends.
Yes.
Now, hidden in that statement right there is his intention to lay down his life, isn't it? That's right. You can't miss it because it's the very next thing he said. Ye are my friends. It's not stated, but and I'm laying down my life for you.
All right.
You got to follow my example. If you do whatsoever I command you, though, he says. Ye are my friends. It's again a repetition of that point. I need you to follow my commandments. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends.
All right.
For all things I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
Yes.
Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you, that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. And whatsoever ye ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. And then he summarizes the major point one more time. These things I command you, that ye love one another. All right, that was the review class. And the review always comes because there's going to be a test, right?
Going to be a test.
And in the narrative, in the story, the disciples were facing a test. Now, the professor went through the review, and he did some other things. 17th chapter, he had that long prayer. It was nice when the teacher prayed for the students, isn't it nice? Teacher laid his hands on the students. Oh, pass the test, pass the test, pass the test. Lord, help them pass. That's all right. He prayed for them.
All right.
But he also told them, tonight, the test is coming tonight.